there, it's Doug, Logan's dad, and I'm so glad you joined me here today on Logan's Voice. If you clicked on this episode, maybe you're carrying something heavy right now. Maybe you've been wondering if you matter, if anyone would even notice if you weren't here. Maybe the weight of grief, of life, of everything feels like too much. If that's you, I want you to know something right off the top. You are not a burden. You're not too much. You're not broken beyond repair. You're not weak for struggling. You are here, and that means something. Today's episode is just a conversation, just me and you, and a reminder that even in your darkest moments, you carry light. You might not feel it right now. You might not believe it, but I promise you, the fact that you're still breathing, still trying, still pressing play on something like this, that's strength, real strength. I know what it's like to feel overwhelmed. I know what it's like to feel lost in grief. I know what it's like to be so deep in pain that you forget what hope even feels like. But I also know that even in those moments, especially in those moments, we need someone to say, don't give up. So if no one said it to you lately, let me be the one to say it now. Please stay just one more day. And then the next day, we'll figure that one out together too. You don't have to have it all together. You don't have to pretend to be okay. You just have to keep going. One breath, one moment, one sunrise at a time. This episode is full of reminders for your heart that you are stronger than you think, that you are not alone, and that the world still needs what only you can give. Let's walk through this together. I want to start with something simple but powerful. You've already survived things you thought would break you. Think about that for a second. There were days you didn't know how to get out of bed. Nights when the weight on your chest made it so hard to breathe. Moments when you thought, there's no way I can carry this. And yet, here you are. You might not feel strong right now. You might feel tired, fragile, angry, overwhelmed, or even numb. But surviving isn't always about charging forward. Sometimes it's about holding on. Sometimes it's just about staying. We live in a world that praises hustle and productivity and positivity. But real strength is choosing to keep showing up when you're not sure why yet. It's choosing to keep loving after loss. It's choosing to ask for help when silence feels easier. It's choosing to speak your truth, even when your voice shakes. I'll be honest. There were days after I lost Logan when I didn't feel strong at all. I didn't even feel human. I felt shattered. And people would say things like, you're so strong. And I wanted to scream, no, I'm just surviving something I never asked for. But over time, I realized strength doesn't mean never falling apart. It means letting yourself fall apart and still getting up again. And sometimes that getting up doesn't look like a victory march. It looks like brushing your teeth for the first time in 3 days. It looks like answering a phone call. It looks like stepping outside and let the sun hit your face. It looks like listening to a podcast that reminds you you're not alone. And you're not. If you're listening right now, you're part of this community. You're part of Logan's Voice. You matter here. There is strength in your tears. There is strength in your breath. There is strength in simply being here in this moment with me. So if no one has told you lately, let me say it clearly. You are stronger than you think. And I see you. There's something I want to say, and I want you to hear it like I'm sitting right across from you, looking you in the eye. The world still needs you. I don't care what the voices in your head are saying, and I don't care what mistakes you think disqualify you. I don't care how invisible or exhausted or lost you feel. You are not done yet. There's something in you that no one else can bring to this world. Not a single other person on this earth has lived your life, felt your pain or survived your battles the way you have. You carry wisdom, even if you don't recognize it yet. You carry a story, even if you're still in the middle of it. And someone out there is waiting for that story, waiting to hear that they're not alone, waiting to feel less broken, waiting for proof that surviving is possible. And you, just by being here, just by being you, you are that proof. I think a lot about Logan. He didn't get the years he deserved, and he didn't get the full story. But you know what? His light still echoes in every parent who's messaged me, in every teen who hears this podcast and says, that could have been me, in every life we might save just by telling the truth. And if Logan can still make an impact after he's gone, you still here, still breathing, and still trying, you can make a difference too. You don't have to start a movement, and you don't have to have a platform or a plan. You just have to keep showing up with whatever you have to give today. Maybe that's a smile to a stranger. Maybe it's holding space for someone else's story. Maybe it's finally reaching out for help and discovering you're not the only one hurting. What you carry, the love, the pain, the lessons, the survival, it's not wasted. There is someone in your life, or maybe someone you haven't even met yet, who needs exactly what you have to offer. You might be the reason they choose to stay. You might be the light they catch a glimpse of in their darkest moment. You might be the only one brave enough to say, I've been there too. So don't count yourself out. Even if your hands are shaking, even if your voice is tired, the world still needs what only you can give. And I, for one, am grateful that you're here. If there's one thing I want you to walk away with today, it's this. Please stay. Just one more day. I know how hard it can be. Some days the grief is suffocating. The world feels too loud or too silent. The future feels like a wall you'll never get past. And maybe you're just tired. Tired of hurting, tired of pretending, tired of feeling like you're fighting a battle no one sees. If that's where you are right now, I get it. And I want you to know that you're not weak for feeling that way. You're just human. But I also want you to know this. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is just make it to tomorrow. Just stay. Even if you don't know why yet. Even if you're not sure anything will change. Even if you're clinging to this world by the thinnest thread. Stay. Because I promise you, tomorrow could bring something different. Tomorrow might bring someone who says the exact words you need to hear. Tomorrow might bring laughter you didn't think was possible anymore. Tomorrow might be the first day you feel something other than numb. And you deserve to feel that. You deserve to experience life beyond this pain. You deserve joy. You deserve peace. And you deserve healing. And I know that sounds far away right now. But if you stay one more day and then one more after that, you'll be giving yourself the chance to find it. You don't have to fix everything today. You don't have to figure it all out. You just have to choose to stay. And if you're in that place where you're thinking about giving up, please reach out. Call someone, text someone, call 988. There is no shame in needing help. There is no weakness in saying, I can't do this by myself. In fact, that might be the strongest thing you ever say. If you're listening to my voice right now, I want you to take a deep breath, feel it go in, feel it go out. That breath, that's life. That's possibility. That's proof you're still here, and that means we still have time. Time to heal, time to change, and time to hope again. So please, stay just one more day. You are not a burden. You are a blessing. And this part might be the hardest to believe because the world hasn't always done a great job reminding us. You're not a burden. Not now, not in your grief, not in your struggle, and not in your healing process, however messy or slow it feels. Somewhere along the way, a lot of us were made to feel like we're too much, too emotional, too complicated, or too broken. And when you carry that message long enough, it starts to sound like the truth. It seeps in and twists the way we see ourselves. But I want to speak the truth louder today. You are not too much. You are deeply needed, and you are a blessing. You might say, but I cry all the time. Or, but I've messed up so badly. But I'm exhausted. I don't even recognize myself anymore. And to that, I say, you are still worthy of love. You are still something others are grateful to know. And you are still someone worth fighting for. Grief, addiction, mental health struggles, none of that disqualifies you from being lovable. None of it means you have less value. If anything, it means your heart is still beating in a world that tried to break it, and that's beautiful. Let me tell you something. I wish someone had told Logan every single day, you don't have to hide your pain to be accepted. You don't have to pretend you're fine to be loved. I would take back 1,000 conversations and have just one more where he felt safe enough to say, Dad, I'm not okay. So let me say this to you now, for him and for all the people we've lost, and for you. It's okay not to be okay. You're not a burden for needing help. You're not a burden for having dark days. You're not a burden for needing to say the same thing 10 times just to feel heard. You're human, and you're doing your best. The people who truly love you won't shrink from your sadness. They won't see your struggle as something to fix. They'll see it as a door to walk through with you. You're not too much. You are enough. And I know we've talked about a lot today, saying one more day about holding on through the storm. But I also want to talk about what comes next, because you weren't put here just to survive. You were put here to bring light. Your laugh, your memories, your story, your kindness, they're part of the medicine this world needs. Even if you don't feel it yet, you're already a blessing to someone just by being you. If you're still with me, thank you. Thanks for staying. Thank you for giving me the honor of speaking into your day, your story, and your heart. I know some of what we talked about today might have stirred things up. It's okay if you cried. It's okay if you felt seen. It's okay if you're still unsure whether you believe everything I said. Just know, I mean every single word. You are not a burden. You're a blessing. You are stronger than you think. And the world still needs what only you can bring. Whether you're grieving someone you lost, trying to hold on through your own mental health journey, or just feeling overwhelmed by life, you are not alone. This space, this podcast, Logan's Voice, isn't about pretending the pain isn't real. It's about making sure you know that you are too. Real, valuable, and needed. And if there's one thing I hope you carry with you after this episode, it's this. You matter. You always have, and you always will. And even when you feel like you're falling apart, you're still whole in ways that truly count. If today's episode helped you, I'd be so grateful if you'd share it with someone else who might need it. You never know who's quietly struggling and just waiting for a reason to stay. And hey, if you're listening and you are that person, please stay. Please reach out. Text a friend. Call 988. Message someone who loves you. Don't do this alone, because you don't have to. You can always visit logansvoice.com for links to other podcasts, stories of hope. There are ways to get involved in ending stigma and saving lives. And before I let you go, let me say it one more time, because someone out there needs to hear it again. You are not too much. You are not a mistake. You are not a burden. You're a blessing. I'm so glad you're here. Let's keep going together. I'll see you in the next episode. For now, I am Logan's voice. I am Logan's dad, and I will not be silent.